So Fallout's getting his own TV series hosted on Amazon. Very excited about this because you guys know I love a Bethesda game, but I do feel like The Last of Us has maybe set the bar a little bit higher nowadays for TV interpretations of video games, and you can either be The Last of Us or you could be Paramount's Halo. There's very little in between there, in my opinion. Now, something that The Last of Us had that I think is lacking where Fallout could make up for is the openness about the game. So a big way that I think that Fallout sets itself apart from The Last of Us is how macro, how large this universe is. There's multiple games and lots of storylines that they could create from this universe. And The Last of Us is a little bit more micro, like you're traveling with these two people that you know are going to hit certain points within the game that you're expecting to see inside of the show. The overall vibe that I'm really crossing my fingers for is going to be like this almost like sarcastically violent, lighthearted, but also kind of gory, light but dark, kind of that style of humor. Some things that kind of make you a little uneasy from time to time, but also with like this like fake smile grin across it the whole time. And of course, as a gamer, I'm looking for lots of like tips of the hat toward the gaming series. I think that they could fail on the show is getting lost in this universe because it's so open-ended, unlike The Last of Us, which is very linear. I think that they could get lost inside of this if they don't reel it in toward the video game and where people came from. Number two is they really got to sell it. You really got to sell like the monsters and the universe and the post-apocalypse and like really big, weird-looking CGI monsters that are just disgusting looking. Obviously, a very good, well-told story, which can be, again, it's nothing like Ellie's story in The Last of Us. It could be pretty much like anybody's story. They could just literally conjure anything up. Anybody comes out of a vault and turns into a hero. All right, first off, Vault 33. Very neat. You get that Bethesda feel as you're walking down the hallways immediately as you're checking it out. Wanted to point this out too. It looks like the protagonist's name is Lucy, and Lucy is wearing the outfit that the Fallout guy on the cover of all the games is wearing. Side note, when you see the guy doing this, it's actually not because he's giving a thumbs up because everything's cool. He's giving a thumbs up because apparently if your thumb can completely cover a mushroom cloud, you will be out of its blast radius. But if it doesn't entirely close on the mushroom cloud, apparently that means that you will be affected by the blast radius. Pretty cool. If anybody needs to know that, I hope you'll never need to know that. Anyway, Jonathan Nolan being of Westworld is probably pretty smart. I think that series, that vibe of that series matches up with Fallout to some degree. Is this like is it the Santa Monica Pier?
Go home. Vault dwellers are an endangered species.
There's your first enemy in every single Fallout game. It's just some type of like New York City cockroach. And she's scared of a tumbleweed because she's been stuck inside of there forever. Todd Howard, tip of the hat. Thank you for Starfield. Overhated game. So just to start, this guy is from Lost, which is really cool. I really think that this is this guy's going to kill it, whatever he has, and I hope he plays a very large role in the show. Side note, he could also play Shao Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist phenomenally, just looking at him.
Have to adapt.
This is what really caught my attention. This is sick. Okay, so when I was talking earlier in the video about wanting something that has like a quirky, violent, almost like humorous feel to it, this is exactly what I was talking about. Like, I didn't really think about it, but The Boys brings that vibe to the max. I should have put two and two together when I saw that this was an Amazon show, by the way. This was a really cool intro. Speaking of Full Metal Alchemist, also, that's pretty cool. There's that dark humor I was hoping for. Cute dog, ripped off arm, someone falling and dying and running away, some like New York City kind of like swing music, jazz in the background. This guy right here is from Sons of Anarchy. Yes, Walton Goggins from Sons of Anarchy, who plays Venus Van Dam. And we later see him in the trailer, but like without his nose cut off and not with like all the burns and whatnot. Looks like he's going to play a badass. Something else I'm noticing, Vault-Tec coffee mug. Anybody that plays Bethesda games, anybody that's fresh off Starfield like me knows that these are laid out through all of the Bethesda games. And earlier in the video, I mentioned I really wanted to see some of that like Bethesda flair that only us gamers would know. And like the coffee mug thing is just, I think that pays like a very subtle homage, like subtle humor, right? That's exactly what I like from a Bethesda game. Please remain calm on a turret gun that's just blasting 50 rounds at you a second. Like that is absolutely the type of humor that I'm praying will they'll just keep the undertones for in this show. So you've got like your old school looking signs, you know what I mean? You got these like they've somehow managed to stay in complete tact from pre-bomb era. Dude, that thing has all the fingers. It is, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't want to think about that. Here's the shot of Walton Goggins re-apocalypse, and then they show the apocalypse. Something notable, they're showing him riding the horse on the side of the road up here, right? You see it right here. So somehow he stayed intact by being in the hills. That's all we know. And then we've got like some cowboy-esque stuff over here. Here we are again with another apocalyptic video game interpretation for our TV screens, guys. Let me know what you think inside of the comments. I really hope that this ends up shaping up to be something good, and it's just another thing to look forward to in the gaming realm in 2024. Like and subscribe. Keep up with me, guys. Peace.